Hey guys, it's Joe Tunney. I'm visiting my friends here at Kona Nissan within the Kona Auto Center, which is both Kona Nissan and Kona Dodge here in Kailua, Kona, Hawaii. And for those of you who know a little bit about the history of Nissan, we're first taking a look at a 2017 Nissan Armada based on the Nissan Patrol chassis. The Nissan Patrol itself came out in 1951 and looked ever so conspicuously like a World War II era Willys Jeep. In fact, it was like a clone of a Willys Jeep. 1952, Nissan opens up their Nissan store, which they began retailing their vehicles, including the Nissan Patrol. That later became the Nissan Bluebird store, and on and on. They were actually selling the Patrol in the United States. It was the only Nissan vehicle sold at Datsun dealerships, and that was from 1962 to 1969. But we haven't seen Patrols in the United States for some time. In 2010, they came out with an all-new Patrol for the world market, and it was a world beater. The single nicest sport utility for the money in the whole wide world in 2010. In 2011, it came to the United States as the Infiniti QX86. After that, Infiniti changed the names of all of their cars, and it became the QX80. So you've seen the Nissan Patrol in the United States as the QX80 for about a half dozen years. Just this year, however, they introduced the Nissan Patrol-based 2017 Nissan Armada, and it is a whole world different than its predecessor. I'm a big fan of the predecessor. I used to own a 2004 QX56, which is the exact same as the old Armada. I think they're great. They drive great. If you bought one right this second, you'd be making a terrific buy. But I'm here to tell you, the all-new Armada is about the best thing going in the car business, and it goes head-to-head with two of my absolute favorites, the Toyota Sequoia and the fully loaded Honda Pilot. Both are at the top of the food chain, and I'm here to tell you that this new Armada is even better. When you find out how low this thing costs, it's unreal. Let's pop the hood and start there and talk about some of the new distinctions from the old Armada. Now, it's the same 5552cc or 5.6 liter V8 engine. It formerly put out 317 horsepower, but now, thanks to direct fuel injection and variable valve timing, the 32 valve V8 puts out 390 horsepower. In fact, it puts out almost 400 pound-feet of torque. So you may say, well, geez, Joe, doesn't the same car, same engine in the Infiniti put out 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque? That actually is true. There's one difference, however. The Infiniti goes 0 to 60 in 6.2 seconds. The Nissan goes 0 to 60 in only 5.9. In fact, it's one of the single fastest sport utilities from 0 to 60 that there is in any price. They're really, really powerful. And inside, you've got to be kidding me. This is a Nissan. This is the single nicest Nissan interior that has ever been made. Absolutely gorgeous. It's that mahogany look wood interior trim. But not only is it the wood throughout, but it's two-tone mahogany style piping like a Jaguar would be on the seats themselves. And then two-tone hand stitching on the chairs, and then also stitched throughout the center layout of the dashboard, and then the flow of the dashboard goes all the way into the center console. This is no pickup truck turned sport utility. This is a glamour vehicle that at starting price of $45,000 with nav and Bose, it just blows the competition out of the water. Now, plenty of room in the front. Well, humongous room in the middle row seat, which is weird because it's smaller than the predecessor. This one has 121 inch, actually just a little bit north of 121 inch wheelbase. So the footprint of the overall vehicle, and it's a heavy vehicle, 5,910 pounds, it's just the footprint isn't quite as big as its predecessor. So it's an easier car to park in your garage, easier car to park in the store when you have a more modest parking stall. It's just not a problem. This is a Platinum, so there's the base SV, but by base I mean 390 horsepower, navigation, 13 speaker Bose. I mean, it's a loaded compared to other cars. The SL, you'll tell that one right away because it has leather interior. And then the SV has a moonroof. It also has air-conditioned seats and heated seats in the front and in the middle row. So we have heated seats back here and back with the kids. But again, I'm 6 feet tall, about 180 pounds, and I have more legroom in the back than I could ever dare need. If I need to jump into the back seat, not very hard at all. And so just with the flick of a switch, I'm jumping right in back. Now Is the third seat room as substantial as it is in my current favorite, the Honda Pilot? It's less. And so if third row legroom is absolutely crucial to you, there's a little bit more of it in the Pilot than there is in the Nissan. In the back, well, the Nissan has 17 cubic foot of storage space with the rear seats up. And so, and then being a fully loaded version, we're able to power recline, and we're able to do that on both sides. So I can create much more than 17 cubic feet of storage space in the back, and it is a little bit of a funky storage space in the back. So that's something I need to be mindful of if I think I'm gonna bring 7 people and go to Costco at the same time. But for 99% of the use, for 99% of the population, it's more than adequate. SL and above, you're also gonna enjoy a power liftgate. Now, being a Platinum, it has beautiful wheels, every single option available, including the dual DVDs, two-tone paint, running boards, the works. It is absolutely exquisite. Again, taking a look in the back seat, you have that Jaguar-esque two-tone piping along with color-coordinated two-tone stitching, and then all that ventilation from the second and third row seats. It's more like you're on a personal jet than a sport utility. And then of course behind that we're looking at the Pacific Ocean right on the other side of the door. Tons of room inside, tons of headroom, and then safety is obviously paramount in a vehicle like this. You're going to enjoy side curtain airbags all the way to the back. Let's jump inside, turn it on. The engine isn't all that loud on the outside, but it's downright hushed on the inside. Believe it or not, they use sound deadening material on the windshield and on the front windows to make it extremely quiet inside. This is one of the quietest sport utilities available on the market on the interior. And so again, massive horsepower, and despite the horsepower bump, the gas mileage actually ticked up a tiny bit on the 317 horsepower model. Nav and Bose, all the goodies for $45,000. Sure, a Platinum model with every single option in the universe is going to be in the mid-60s, but at whatever price point that you're at, it's about $20,000 less than a corresponding Infiniti. And then a corresponding Infiniti, they don't have some low dollar base model. Everything is extremely expensive. If you want 99% of what the QX80 has available for a huge discount and in a kind of everybody agrees beautiful body style, I'm telling you right now, put the Nissan Armada at the absolute top of your list. You've heard me say it before. It used to be the Toyota Sequoia was my favorite sport utility on the road. The Honda Pilot stole my heart with all that interior space, great looking style, and plenty of power. This one takes the cake because for that same kind of loaded Pilot money, I could have far more vehicle. Just an incredible, incredible car. It's available here at Kona Nissan. And if you can do me the biggest favor in the world, if you can simply remember the name Robert Carmelo. This gentleman knows more about cars. In fact, he's probably forgotten more about cars than I'll ever know. He said, please, Joe, reach out to all your friends. Any questions they have about any of the Nissans, any of the Dodges, just have them drop me an email at robert.carmelo@konaauto.com. I'll help them with every question that they have. Doesn't matter what island they live on, what kind of story they've been told by the other guy, I'll set the record straight. If your friends are on the mainland, have them reach out. I'll give them all the information that they need. And please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Again, my email is joeloveshawaii@gmail.com. Aloha, and thank you so much for taking a look.